everybody. I figured I'd start with a little bit of guitar today, a little something new. So today I'm going to talk about my Telecaster. This is my Frankentelly. Growing up, I've never really been a Telly fan because I always thought the Telecasters were for country music when I was a little kid. The only rocker I knew who played a Telecaster was Springsteen, right there. And I like Springsteen. So as I was getting older, I was always more of a Strat guy, Les Paul guy. I found I'm not really a Les Paul guy as I got older because I always loved the Strat. It's my primary instrument. But as I got older, I started to learn a bunch of other great musicians, a bunch of other bands I like a lot also use a Telecaster, which would be, of course, Jimmy Page and Led Zeppelin over there, or Rage Against the Machine, of course, and like Testify, that's a Telecaster. Rolling Stones, Radiohead, a bunch of your favorite bands probably have a Telecaster in there somewhere. So I thought, for a little bit different taste at some point, I want to get myself a Telecaster. So I figured I'd take a look online and see what's out there. So on eBay at the time, and they had this Telecaster, this guy that's listing for his cool looking Telecaster, this one. And I thought that looked cool, and he had it for like $250. He said it's a parts telly. He had a body somewhere and a neck somewhere. It's electronics from different Telecasters. He threw them all together, and he says, great plain Telecaster, $250. It's not worth anything except for the parts because, nothing's original on it. So I thought, hey, I'll buy a Telecaster, see what it's like, see if I like it. So bought the Telecaster, shipped to my house, opened the box, played it. Worst playing guitar I've ever played in my life. He said it was set up and sounded beautiful. Did not sound beautiful. It sounded terrible. But luckily, I have a luthier. I think I should say it, luthier. So I took it to my guitar tech and I said, here, fix it. Came back a week later, played it, played beautifully. Didn't sound great. The original pickups in it were kind of cheap, but played wonderfully. So for a while, I played it like that. Dick Darling, when I played with him, he'd play the Telecaster because Telecaster was nicer than any of his guitars. So I let Dick Darling play the Telecaster when I played with him because it was getting annoying every time he'd play his guitars. You have to tune all the time. When a Telecaster had locking keys on it, good nut, which is more important to tuning. So he played the Telecaster. He played a number of shows with it. And when I wanted to, I played as well for a little bit different sound and whatnot. Around that time, I was really into Manchester Orchestra. Here, this side here. There we go. Oh, everything's backwards. Manchester Orchestra. Still really into Manchester Orchestra. But I know they played Telecasters. They had that really cool overdriven sound on them. So I started looking around, and I found some Wiggins wood pickups to put in there. And I selected the overdriven option because it sounded really great distorted. And they did sound really great distorted. And I had the wood pickups in this guitar for a couple of years. And it's wonderful. I played it a lot. Did not sound like a Telecaster at all, though. So if you want to put distortion on it, basically play Manchester Orchestra type sounds, sounded great. If you want to play anything that sounded like a Telecaster, did not work. Well, after a while playing them, at Dick Darling's actually last gig, he dropped the guitar and messed up the frets on the neck a little bit, which was okay with me because the frets were kind of old anyway and they didn't work really well. So I took it into my guitar guy and I said, can you fix it? And he said, no. And I said, all right, what do you think about baked maple necks? And he says he loves them because they're stay in tune a little bit better and they're hard and they don't twist or anything. So I got myself a nice baked maple neck and put it on here. So that's what this is here, the nice darker neck. It's basically I put the wood in the oven for a while and they heat it up, bakes all the moisture out of them, all the water out of them. And solid as can be. Also, the back feels amazing on it. It's nice and smooth as can be. So I had the baked maple neck on there. Changed out to a different nut on it that came with the neck because the nut that came with the neck is nice, but I kind of want something a little bit better, so a nice Graphtec nut in there. Around that time, so I brought it home. I played it for a bit and, played amazing with the new neck. Sounded good too, but still didn't sound like a Telecaster. Sounded great with overdrive on it. So after a while, I thought to myself, I kind of want to switch it out and get something that sounds a little bit more vintage on them. So I went and got myself some Lowler pickups. And what I have here is I have a vintage T in the neck and I have a special T in the bridge. And basically it's supposed to sound a lot more like a standard old Telecaster pickup. And it does. Gives that twang you want. Gives that sparkle. A couple other things I had switched out on this guitar. The electronics on this are reversed on here. So normally this would be your volume here and this would be your tone. But for me, I have my volume in back and tone in the front. And I like it that way, so I just reach back and just slide the volume up and down or do volume rides on it. Standard three-way switching on it. I upgraded the saddles here to 2 brass and 1 aluminum saddle. kind of like a Billy Gibbons setup, some ZZ Top. So I thought if I could do anything to sound like ZZ Top, that'd be great. Locking keys on here, so it doesn't fall off when I try to flip it around. Yeah, I'm wearing comfy pants today. I haven't left the house really in a week. I guess I left today to do some grocery shopping. That's about it. Beyond that, it's a solid Telecaster. It's light. It's light. It's certainly the lightest guitar I've ever owned. Just wonderful. It's beat up. People pay money to have their guitars beat up like this and have kind of the wear around the edges and on the back. This is real worn. So I like that. You know, I got some, I see a little bit there. There you go. No, backwards. Got sweet color on here. Beat up all around the side. Feels great, plays great. All right, I'll give you some sounds here. I'm going to start with a little bit of clean sounds on here. I'll go through the pickup selections. Then I'll go through a little bit like an AC30 sound. So my favorite sounds in the world is a Telecaster through a pushed AC30. Then I'll do some Marshally sounds for you as well and show you what those different sounds are like. All right, to start, here's a little bit of clean on your neck pickup right here. Middle position, which is both pickups, which is what I normally use when I play it. Then your back pickup, which is great for leads when it's distorted. For this here, it's more of a funky, I guess. I can't do chicken picking, but that's what you use for chicken picking. All right, switching over to the Vox here. Here's a bit of a push Vox for you. Middle position. And lastly, bridge position. I put a little bit of delay on this here. Let's play a little Dick Darling Rockstar. Just because he uses this when he plays live, and I played some Rockstar too, and I played some of it on this. So, also, I'll link a Dick Darling song below. Listen to Rockstar. It's the least offensive. It's a great song. I like that one. Plus, I play lead on it, which is cool. All right, middle position. All right, lead position. must have been a mess. Let's end it with a little bit of Spaceman, though, for some fun. I don't know what I'm doing next week. We'll see. Maybe drums. Drums! But until that time, see you next week. Also working on my top 20 of 2020. I'll do a video for that at some point soon. Just kind of sitting on it for a while to see if there's anything I'm missing. But I think I pretty much have everything I want there. So at some point I'll put out a video of the top 20 tracks of 2020 for y'all. All right, see you later. Here's a little Spaceman for you.